Hey friends, Cindy here. Have you ever wondered what it could look like if you didn't have to work 12-hour shifts that often turn into 14 and 16 hours? What if you could cut your workday down to just 2 hours and still create income? I remember those days of being in the hospital and the nursing home and your relief didn't show up or they're running late and you've got someplace to be, but you can't leave. That is not a good feeling, not a good feeling. But it happens more than we realize, right? So after 40 years in nursing and doing all of those things over and over and over, I burned out. I burned out and I needed to retire, but I did not have the financial means to do it. I was broke. I was terrified about my financial future, but here's the twist. I found a way out. I found a way out. Today, I work on average about 2 hours a day, and I'm building the kind of freedom I always dreamed of, but never thought I'd have. So stick around because I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do in my 2 hour workday and how you can start creating yours too. So if you're a nurse or a woman over 50 and you're trying to figure out how to create some financial freedom, hit subscribe because you, my friend, are in the right place. So the old life versus the new life. As a nurse, my schedule controlled my life. I knew when I had to go to work. I knew when I had to get up. I knew when I had to go to bed. All of those things. I missed so much. I missed holidays. I missed weekends. I missed activities with my kids. I mean, let's be real. In the early years, my kids didn't even know what day Christmas was on because I was always at work. It is not a good feeling. Now, they've forgiven me and they understand now that they're adults. But when they're little kids, they don't understand and they shouldn't have to, quite frankly. I was constantly exhausted, even on my days off, because I never got enough sleep. And you know that feeling when you can't shut your brain off at night? It's not a good feeling. When you start going back through, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, and all these things that you feel like you left undone at work, it's not good. And it's not mentally healthy for you. I was either staying late to finish my charting, or I was coming home and just praying that the kids didn't need something for the first 15 minutes so I could catch my breath. I can remember when the kids were young enough to be in daycare, and I would go to the daycare on Fridays, and I would go at the very last minute before they closed because the thought of being home all by myself with three kids under the age of 4 and no relief, no family, their father wasn't involved, it just made me want to throw up. So it wasn't fun for anybody, and I feel like my kids missed out on a lot, but it's the best I could do at the time, right? So now my mornings are completely different. I wake up, I don't usually have to even put on an alarm. I have my coffee, maybe go for a walk. I sit out on my patio in my rocking chair and read. I love to read. Some days I read all day, and that's the joy of retirement. I can do that. Then I sit down at my desk and I work usually a couple of hours a day. Sometimes, some weeks, depending on what's going on, I will work really hard a couple of days and get all my income producing activities done. And then I don't even work 2 hours a day on those other days, right? And I do things that actually contribute to building my business, like creating content, scheduling out content, writing emails, responding to messages. 2 hours, that's it. So if you're ready to trade your 12-hour shift for a 2 hour workday, drop a comment with the word freedom. So here's what I actually do in that 2 hour workday. Let me go through it real quick. I check my automations, okay? Because I use an automated system that once you load all of your emails in, it goes out automatically. So once you drop your email in at my website, it will automatically send you the information. Takes all the pressure off for me. I don't have to keep going back and responding to all of those emails. I check for my sales, I check my emails, I follow up, and I just peek to make sure that things are flowing, right? I engage with my community. I check in on people that have purchased from me. I check in with people who have asked questions. I look at other creators to see what they're up to, and I leave comments because it's all about that know, like, and trust and building engagement. Then I'll create content. And you can be on as many social media platforms as you want, or you can stick to one. But the difference is each one has a different algorithm, and sometimes you have to tailor it a little bit different. Like, um, YouTube is a search engine. People are searching for stuff. And in TikTok, the algorithm is showing your stuff, pushing your content out to someone else. So they work a little bit differently. So you do need to think about that when you're deciding what you're going to do. Um, I put up a couple of videos on YouTube, long form videos, meaning 8 minutes or less on YouTube a week. And then I post shorts on there every day. And there are tools that you can use to do that. So for instance, I use a program that I post on one platform and then it posts to several others for me. So there are ways to make this easier, but that's it. That's it. On average, 2 hours a day. And then the rest of my time, my business is working in the background for me, sending my emails, sending my follow-up, and even making sales, right? It's very much a rejection-free system. That's the nice part, right? So that is the power of automation and digital products. You build it once and it keeps going. So if you want me to do a full tutorial on the exact tools I use, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments, and I'll make that video for you. And also tell me in the comments what other information you would like to see me provide to you. What other video content topics would you like to see? So those 2 hours aren't just about making money. They're also about giving me my life back. So now I can travel. I spend time with my granddaughter, my kids, my friends. I do a lot of volunteer work, which I couldn't do before. When you don't even get home till 6 o'clock at night and you've still got to feed your family, volunteering is not a priority, right? And I actually can get rest without guilt. I enjoy my home now. I didn't before because I was never in it. I wasn't comfortable being here. Now I am. And the crazy part, my income potential is higher now than it ever was when I was working 40 to 60 hours a week, because I'm not trading time for money anymore. I'm building assets. So can you imagine what you could do with an extra 20 hours back in your week? Comment below and tell me, because I want to hear what your dream is all about. So that's what a 2-hour workday looks like for me. It's simple, it's consistent, and it's possible, even if you don't have a whole lot of tech skills, because believe me, I don't. Editing videos is not one of my skill sets. But you know what? I don't give up. I'm consistent, I'm coachable, I like to learn, and I'm willing to learn, and that's what it takes. So stop the overthinking, right? Start taking control. So if you're a nurse or a woman over 50 and you're ready to stop being trapped by your job, or you're just trying to figure out, are you going to be able to free, or can you cut out the overtime or give up that second job, then this is for you. Hit subscribe, go to the description and grab the free blueprint, and then let's start building your version of a 2-hour workday.